Jamie, that try you scored at the start of the second half, it seemed to be born out of sheer frustration. I don't think anyone was going to stop you, were they?
Bit of frustration, bit of persistence. All lads giving me a load of stick. I think I've done it a million times, so I had to get a try off it at some point, a bit of old school in it. I don't know, it just goes against the grain. I think when you do plays that are a bit old and aren't being pulled out for a while, then you sometimes catch teams out. But listen, it got us scoring and got us on a little bit of a front foot. Still really disappointed, as a group and as an individual. We need to be a lot better, and I'm sure we'll get another opportunity though. And second half, mate, there were some really positive signs, and I think we can at least come away smiling and think that we had a dig in that second half.
What was the talk like at half time? Obviously the memories of our last visit here must have been bubbling away.
Yeah, absolutely, and I didn't experience on the pitch that first game here, but Castleford outstanding in both first halves. The first time we played them here and this time as well. The reason why they scored however many points in Super League is because they ask a lot of questions of you, and when you defend that, if you defend that, it's very difficult then to get the energy to ask some questions back, and it can be exponential. But went in at half time, and really disappointed with where we turned out that first half, but said, look, we need to go away from here with something tonight. We need to go away with something and say, look, we've had a dig and there's some positive signs, and I think the boys at least got that. So really disappointed, but some positive signs in that second half.
And the Rhinos fans, they stuck by the boys right until the end.
Yeah, Rhinos fans always do stick with us, bless them, and they play an important part, and we know what we're fighting for, and I'm sure they will for whatever games we've got left. And we're aiming to go to a grand final. We want to get to a grand final. I think we've got the ability, we've got the skill, we've got the strength. We just need to be better in a few areas. Rugby league can change overnight, it can change in the course of a week, and it's interesting. I think Hull have lost tonight, which means we'll be, does that mean we're guaranteed second? I think we're second place now, so got an home semi-final, which means we're one game away from a grand final. What we need to do between now and then is make sure that we've not left any stone unturned. We're working hard on the training pitch and making sure that whenever we turn out in that semi, we've got every piece of armour ready to throw at whoever it is that's in third.
How important is it to have that home semi-final, do you think?
I think it's huge. I think it's really big, and it's not easy coming to Wedderley, I'm sure, for other teams. And again, we've got that south stand, even though it's not in the south stand, we've got them around. And it was funny, it was unusual playing against Hull. Last week it was an interesting experience, but you still felt it, you could still feel the essence of the south stand, and they still made a big difference. So it'll be fantastic at home, and we're really looking forward to that home semi.
Castleford, we saw again, particularly in that first half, how strong they're going to be. It's going to take a hell of a team to beat them and deny them a grand final. Yeah,
I mean, you break it down, look at some stuff, and it seems like they get the look of the bounce sometimes and the rub of the green, but you make your own look in rugby league, and we just need to compete a little bit better. When that ball's bouncing around, we need to be first on it and start games with a bit more energy and a bit less fear. I think sometimes we're a bit jittery, we know how good they are, and that means you can be a bit tentative sometimes and overthink things when you just need to get forward and get stuck in and a bit first to balls and run a little bit harder. But we'll get there, Phil. It's been, listen, this time last year we're in middle eights in trying to fight and for Super League. Now we're in second, we're in a semi-final, we're one game away from a grand final. So it's positive. It's been a positive year. There's been some great signs, some good young lads coming through, getting better and better each week, and we'll be good by the time we get that home semi in a few weeks.